But hey, y'all, welcome back, man. We're going to continue to talk to the author, the world renowned Mr. Lee Wright, out of Greenville, South Carolina, and we're going to continue to hit this book called The Bubble. And today we're going to dig in another chapter, man. We're going to talk about another section of the book, and this section is called The Fixing of the Unbroken Me. The Fixing of the Unbroken Me. Right. Now I told y'all that we was going to talk about culture conditioning, right? But the thing about culture conditioning, we can talk about that all day. But no matter what you talk about in this book, it's going to go back to culture conditioning. Mm-hmm. Because when you, and I'm not going to steal the whole, tell y'all the whole thing, I'm going to let him talk about it. But when you go into culture conditioning, that's why the fixing of the unbroken me is in there. You know, elaborate on that, Mr. And first, welcome to the show, man.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for inviting me over again. Right. Sorry about the black shirt. No, I didn't get the memo, but I'll do better.
It's not out there, man. You can really wear whatever you want to. Preferably blue and white. If y'all know what I mean. Blue fine.
Culture conditioning is woven into everything we do. Right? It's like the carpet that we walk on in comfort, yet uncomfortable. The fixing of the unbroken me. So one question is, why do we think we're broken? What are we comparing that to? Are we comparing it to the things that we need and that we do for our lives? Or we're incorporating everything around us into that? And then if we can't achieve those things, are we saying, okay, now we're broken?
Now, you want me to tell you how I think? Or no, how should I put this? Do you want me to tell you reality, or you want me to tell you the book answer? Reality is, we as people, what we do, we let society, culture conditioning, tell us we're broken. Culture conditioning tell us that, like, if you wear a red shirt and I wear a black shirt, you're broke.
Wear a uniform.
Yeah, one of us is broke. You know, because it goes back to what we was talking about earlier, how society tells us that we should all be as one. We can't be as one, because if we was at one, red shirts, you know, everybody who wears a red shirt is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's broken.
Yeah.
And everybody who wears black shirts, we're right.
Yeah, right. So the conflict starts.
Yes.
The conflict begins.
Yes.
I think in talking about that, I think it's a thing where in society, from birth, or not necessarily from birth, but from a young age, we're taught that happiness is being one with others, being one, the same mind, the same, focus, the same, and that's supposed to bring harmony. So let me ask you a question, right? So I like butter pecan ice cream. I really do. And you?
Chocolate.
Automatically, the conflict begins, right? As simple as your favorite food. So if we're trying to say, okay, let's be one on the same accord in the same bubble, individually, we have so many differences that should be not only respected but embraced by another person. But we can never be one. It is impossible as I see it. Maybe we can get some scientists on here to prove different, that two humans can completely be one.
But Lee, society says that we can be one. Society says that only people who like chocolate ice cream, they're gonna be together. And people who like butter pecan ice cream, like you and people I know that like butter pecan ice cream, y'all should all hang out. Because that's what society says. In order for us to be in harmony, then we all need to eat butter pecan ice cream. That's what society is telling us.
So automatically, one person is emotionally oppressed if that happens, because they're going to have to let go of the things that drive them, or the things that they're passionate about, or things that they like, go just to appease the other person. And how long can that last? You know, if it's in the workplace or under the same roof, how long can a person live in mental and emotional oppression?
Well, there's one or two things going to happen. Either that person is going to start liking butter pecan ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Assimilation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or that person is going to be so miserable, they're going to start hating everybody who likes butter pecan ice cream.
And the people who like the person that like the butter pecan ice cream.
Yes.
So everybody is victimized from the oppressed.
Just because society says, in order for us to coexist, you got to like what I like. And if you don't, then you out of our game.
So the funny part to what you're saying is the person that likes the butter pecan ice cream has the audacity to ignore the person who doesn't.
Yes.
Right? And expect that person to just accept their environment.
So what you're saying is, in this situation where society is telling us that in order for us to coexist and be in harmony, we must like the same things. But what ends up happening, the more dominant person in that situation is going to be what we're going to lean towards because they're the dominant person.
Society has taught us to be dominant like that and not really care about what somebody else wants if we accept the cultural conditioning. It teaches people to get to the top. And in order to get to the top, you got to have a certain mindset to not really care about those behind you if you're that type of person. Because you have to beat people. You have to win, right? So let's say that winning has become, in our society, the staple, the primary golden carrot in front of us, right? You never get it. Just put it 2 inches in front of you. You never get it, but it's the sparkle of your eye, it's the smell of your nose, it's the taste of your mouth to seek, right? So, you know, as the bubble says, my bubble says, is that you have to respect everybody independently, as individuals, right? Because we can't be one. But respect that person's perspective on their life and how their life ignites their passion on the things they want. So, and the earlier part was the fixing of the unbroken. How are you broken if you're fixing yourself, or if you love what you do, or passionate about what you do?
Yes.
That's not broken. That's you driven, right?
Yes. I came up with, and it's the motto for one of the mottos for Real Talk, Real Fathers with a Man, and it's just because my truth isn't your truth, it doesn't make my truth a lie.
Correct.
And I believe that. And so you can't tell me, like when I was reading this part of the book, in other words, you can't tell me I'm broken. You can't tell me I'm broken, because my brokenness and your brokenness is two different things.
Correct.
And I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner on what I consider broken.
Correct.
Not you.
Correct. That's the way it should be. But
I told you I was going to give you the book answer and the reality answer.
But we are conditioned to look at everybody else and ignore the things that we need for our life experience.